Yo guys, welcome back again, and just as last time, we're following your requests on the community tab. Goten won by a landslide, and here we are providing what you want. Thanks for supporting us over the years, and always remembering to smash the notification, like button or subscribe button, as well as letting us know your favorite Goten moments since you kept asking for it, so just let us know in the comment section below. As well as bearing in mind some fans may not know as much as you do about Goten, so this is for everyone within the community to find out just a bit more information about the guy. As always, let's go balls deep into Goten. Yeah, no, I'm joking. But do any of you join in when we say that? When we say balls deep? Oh, let's cue the intro. Cue the intro. Goten is one of the few characters whose name is not based on a pun or reference to a type of food. Goten's name literally means awakening to heaven or piercing heaven, as the ten part of his name can translate as sky or heavens. His name is actually very similar to Goku's, as he was likely named after him. And likewise, just like Goku's and Gohan's name, Goten's name can be read in the same manner of Mandarin. In Goten's case, the reading is Son Goten. A fun fact about this is that the kanji Tian or Ten is exactly the same one used in Tien Shin Han, and however, when translated to English, the Tien portions are not pronounced the same in the English dub, as Goten is ten inferred from the Japanese Onyomi reading, while Tien follows the exact Mandarin reading, which, you know, you guys get the point. Goten also shares the same pinyin reading as Muten Roshi's pinyin reading, as both Goten and Muten are read as Wutian in Chinese pinyin. Akira Toriyama's intentions whilst creating Goten's character was not to have him replace Goku. This is a misconception and rumor. In actuality, Goten was supposed to lighten the mood of the anime. By the time we reached the end of the Cell Saga with Gohan achieving Super Saiyan 2 and Goku dying again, the anime had got pretty dark compared to the predecessor of Dragon Ball, which was a gag anime originally. Toriyama, whilst writing Dragon Ball Z, mentions in Daizenshu 5 that he began to feel the destruction, chaos and dark tones of the anime was getting pretty serious, and it bothered him. So he felt as though he wanted to inject gag and comedy back into Dragon Ball by creating Goten and giving him a prankster, cute and innocent personality. In fact, with some analysis, we can actually pinpoint when Goku went balls deep and busted some nuts with Chi-Chi to conceive Goten. I'd rather not go into details about that since Goku doesn't even know what a kiss is, so I guess Goku being away all the time, Chi-Chi demanded some action. No wonder she's cranky all the time. Anywho, Goten was born roughly 9 months after Gohan had defeated Cell. This means Chi-Chi had the foresight that something like Goku dying against Cell might happen, and she took the opportunity to be intimate with Goku one last time, and she ends up pregnant with Goten. Goten didn't even meet Goku till he was 7 years old. That's why his reaction is justified when he meets Goku for the first time, and Goku thought it was a smaller him hiding behind Chi-Chi. Another thing to mention about Goten's design is regarding his tail. Why does Goten not have a Saiyan tail but Gohan and Goku do? A lot of us were thinking that Toriyama simply forgot Saiyans had tails by the time another hybrid Saiyan was born, considering his forgetful nature and all, and this seemed like the most plausible cause. However, in an interview, Toriyama tried to explain Goten's lack of tail as a result of the tail being a recessive trait in Saiyan hybrids. But as we explained in our Gohan video, that biologically for this to work, humans also have to possess a recessive allele for that trait, and in this case a recessive tail allele. However, humans don't actually have a tail gene, but we do have a tail bone. So it's possible that Toriyama thought it could still work, but it's not really biologically possible. Later on, in a more recent interview, Toriyama revealed that he could never figure out how Saiyans could dress themselves with a tail on, and that it really annoyed him to no end. So he decided to get rid of them, so that was the real reason for Goten, Trunks, Bula, Pan and their descendants and Saiyans of Universe 6 lack of tails. Have you guys ever wondered how Goten managed to achieve the Super Saiyan transformation at such a young age? As a fan base, we all used to ask ourselves the exact same thing Vegeta says to Trunks: what is this, a Super Saiyan bargain sale? The general consensus within the Dragon Ball community for us to explain all of this was that it was easier for children to do it because they were half human. Saiyans are prideful warriors and they would consider emotions to be a weakness that would affect their judgment in battle, meaning it's naturally more difficult for them to be overwhelmed by emotions and unlock the Super Saiyan. However, seeing as Gohan, Trunks and Goten are all half human, it is easier for them to become overwhelmed by emotion, thus unlocking Super Saiyan transformation at a younger age. This will also fit early on into the series and anime when Gohan would show phenomenal and uncontrollable power when his friends' lives were in danger, and because of his emotions and being overwhelmed, he would get stronger. We also had various tidbits and information about Toriyama and Daizenshu's explaining that Saiyans and humans breeding together actually produce super powerful potential children, and we just said, okay Toriyama, that fixes your plot, thank you. But now, in a recent interview in 2017, everything finally got revamped and explained by the creator of Dragon Ball, Toriyama himself again. Toriyama explains that Saiyans pass on S cells which determine their strength and the potential to achieve a Super Saiyan transformation. Being born with a mixture of human genes also influence the level of S cells, but a brief summary that explains why Goten can go Super Saiyan is because having a gentle spirit is the best way to increase the level of S cells. The half Saiyan human combination more likely contributed to this fact. Along with the earthly environment, it is also possible that Goten and Trunks had a higher level of S cells when they were born compared to others. Now, although I've mentioned the value of S cells, this is not to say that a high battle power is not needed to unlock Super Saiyan. Overall, what is needed to transform into a Super Saiyan is a level of S cells, the state of one's spirit or heart, the battle power of the said person, and a trigger to make it happen. So Goten transforming at the age of 7 kind of makes more sense, but you can take it for what it is and what you think about it and let me know in the comment section below. Okay, we all know how popular Dragon Ball Z is around the world, but the extent of the reach this anime has achieved keeps blowing my mind because Goten has been used in multiple Dragon Ball Z merch commercials and it's relentless. I mean, we know Goku did a KFC commercial and it's hilarious, but Goten is featured in 3 separate ones that I have personally seen. Dragon Ball Z sells merch on everything in Japan and it seems they market this stuff like crazy. One of them features Goten and Gohan selling school supplies and products as they are studying, and Goku creeps them out and scares them. The second one is Goten and Trunks trying to sell eye drops. And I'm not kidding about this, guys, but their eyes are so red, it's like these two smoked the biggest bowl of kush they have ever done in their life. Like, bro, just look at their faces, they look so high, they look, oh, I'm having the time of my life. Now the third commercial I found was freaking ridiculous. They sell Dragon Ball Z tables. A freaking table Gohan studies on, and they're selling that, and Goten is marketing it for you to study well and become a doctor for your parents to always wish for, you know, that stereotype and everything. In the Dragon Ball Z movies, Takao Koyama, who handled scenarios that would occur in them, admitted that he included Videl with Goten and Trunks in the dangerous duo because having Videl involved, who is like their bigger sister to the two, would help move the story forward because following Goten and Trunks would be just them goofing around all the time. So adding Videl to the mix made it easy for him to create the plot between the three. He even goes on to mention that Gohan and Goten only became the lead characters in the movies because in the original anime Goku was dead, so it wouldn't make sense if they created the plot to have Goku as the main character in the movies and dead in the anime. They had no choice of choosing Gohan and Goten, even though fans kept asking to see Goku on screen. When it comes to Dragon Ball Z Revival of F, the same question pops into mind as to why is Goten and Trunks irrelevant. Toriyama replied by saying it's because the Z fighters did not want to risk losing the next generation of warriors, so Goten and Trunks fusing into Gotenks or anything else became out of the question. Lastly, another interesting thing about Goten is that during the whole anime of Dragon Ball Z, he only interacted with Vegeta 1 or 2 times, and the first time was in the Buu saga and it was the fist to the stomach getting knocked the F out. The second time they have interaction is right before the end of the series in the martial arts tournament. So yeah, unfortunately Goten isn't given much screen time at all. Even in Dragon Ball Super, he seems to be non-existent, which upsets some fans since he's so cute and, you know, touch their hearts. In Dragon Ball GT, although not canon, Goten has a girlfriend in GT called Velise. Goku's children's lack of desire for battle and becoming physically stronger is likely due to their mixed heritage, as they don't possess all the same traits. Goten pretty much abandoned his combat training in his teens, which resulted in him being left behind in Dragon Ball GT and spending most of the series hanging out with his girlfriend Velise. It seems that the producers of Dragon Ball GT wanted to make some last minute changes to Velise's design, as her color scheme was different in the original promotional posters for the series. Velise was originally shown with long blonde hair and wearing a red dress. This was changed to her being a brunette and commonly wearing a yellow dress in the final version of Dragon Ball GT. For the Japanese dub, Goten is voiced by Masako Nozawa, the same voice actress who voices Goku and Gohan. Because Nozawa plays all 3 roles, have you guys ever wondered how she voices all 3 roles at the same time when they're on screen together? Well, I did, because voicing these videos in itself are difficult for me and it requires 10 to 15 retakes, so imagining someone doing 3 characters at once must be so hard. But to my surprise, Nozawa is talented and respected for a reason and voices each character so seamlessly and well. It's so insane just witnessing it. She changes her voice on the fly. Check out this clip.
おめベジータみてえに頑固なやつだな。お父さん。おごて、なんで学校も終わったんか。今日は日曜日だよ、お父さん。そうか、休みか。
In Daizenshu 5, Toriyama himself expresses when he witnessed this in action himself, it blew his mind, and that he feels Nozawa's voice for teen Gohan and Goten was suited for her after all. Nozawa explains her experience of recording Gohan and Goku and Goten as if she's flipping a switch. She explains that when she sees the video playing during the recording sessions and she looks up to see whose turn it is, if it's Goku, she becomes Goku. When it's Gohan, she becomes Gohan. So for her, she can have whole conversations without any problems. Now, although Goten doesn't get much spotlight compared to Gohan and Goku, he was however given a huge role in the MMORPG Dragon Ball Online video game. Toriyama actually approved some designs and ideas in this game, but his involvement isn't really that huge, to be honest. However, after the release of Gohan's book in the video game called Groundbreaking Science, which gave the understanding of key usage in the general public, therefore it opened a worldwide interest in martial arts and fighting. In the age 805, which was only a year after the book was written, Goten, along with his best friend Trunks, was inspired by the very book and became the founders of the Kiko Kenjutsu sword style, and through intense training, Goten developed his natural potential as a master swordsman alongside Trunks. This led to the foundation of the Kenjutsu sword school, and with their key control powers, the two were able to create many powerful techniques that are used in the martial artist sword master class. Their discipline focuses on channeling spiritual energy through swords and have become one of the most praised disciplines on earth over hundreds of years since age 1000. In the age 820, at the age of 53, both Goten and Trunks used their school Kenjutsu to defeat an army of jigglers during an invasion of Earth by the remnants of the Galactic Freezer army following the death of Mr. Satan. This is quite awesome, knowing that not only Trunks but even Goten became sword masters, because their training dojo lives through the ages, and if you guys can remember, Goten has shown interest in swords since he was young, like in the movie Dragon Ball Z Wrath of the Dragon, which took place in 774. Goten asks Trunks if he can hold the sword Tapon gave him, or however you pronounce his name. But yeah, Tapion, that's how you pronounce it. Now, as mentioned earlier that Goten doesn't get much serious screen time, which is understandable, Goten has been in many outside media and platforms, from movies to even card games and video games. In the Dragon Ball Fusion game, Goten and Trunks appear as main characters along with Kid Goku, Pan, and the customizable main protagonist Tekka. In the Dragon Ball Heroes game, we can see Goten and Trunks perform their awesome fusion in their adult bodies, and we can finally see what adult Super Saiyan 3 Gotens will look like, and it's pretty awesome. The design of his attire especially looks sick. Alright guys, time for blazing round. Keep up with me as always. Goten was born on age 767, a couple of months after the defeat of Cell, as I mentioned. As a child, Goten is 4 foot or 123 centimeters tall. Goten weighs 57 pounds or 26 kilos. Goten's hobbies are play fighting and bug catching. Goten's favorite food are Daifuku and Pocky, and Goten's favorite vehicle is a bike. In one of Oolong's card game, Goten plays the Jack from the pack. Goten technically died twice, once in the Majin Buu saga on May 8th, age 774, where he was later revived by the Dragon Balls, and he died during the age 779 when Frieza destroys the Earth, and he is later revived as Whis reverts time. Goten lives in 439 East District in Grandpa Gohan's house, and in the future Trunks timeline, Goten does not exist due to Goku's dying of the heart disease before the arrival of the androids, as he conceived shortly after the Cell games. Out of all the Saiyans in the series, Goten was the youngest one who learned how to transform into a Super Saiyan, and the quickest. Yeah. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to remember to smash the like button, notification bell and subscribing, and consider following us on Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat. As always, let us know your favorite Goten moment, or why do you like this character, and what you think of the Dragon Ball Super's ending. I really would like to know. Thanks for supporting us through the years, and we see you guys next time.